GeForce.
So hello guys, it's KRISHGAMEHACKER. Welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be teaching you some of the basics of Blender 2.8. So the Blender I'm using right now is Blender 2.81, but most of the things I cover today are going to be the same. So anyway, so this thing you see here is called your viewport. So basically you do all the stuff here, like you can go add objects and all. And this is your little control panel. This is like intermediate stuff I'll be teaching you in the further tutorials. And here are your basic tools like move, rotate, scale, and all-in-one transform tool. So for now, yeah, so next we'll go to go select this one, yes, and this is your render settings. So whatever you do here is the type of renders. So in here you have two render engines mainly. Workbench is for another use. So you'll be mostly using EP and Cycles render. Cycles is mostly dependent on CPU, and you can have a GPU setting. So just the GPU just boosts the render speed, and EV is basically whole GPU. So here you have sampling, which is basically the quality of the video render. You have ambient occlusion, then you have bloom. Then you have depth of field, surface scattering, refraction, blah blah blah. So these are all the complex stuff you'll be later running on the later version. So here is your what do you call them, the render file settings. So this is the type of render you're going to do, and this is the render settings. So here we will be controlling your resolutions. Then if you're doing an animation, you can control your animation over here or there. You have two options over here. Then you have the frame rate, and this I'll teach you. Okay, then you have the output. So the default output is in C temp folder, which will go. Let me show that. Yeah, we'll go here, and you can go select one more if you have another folder ready. So if you're going to render any video file, so there are two methods of doing that. One is to have an FFmpeg video, or you can go to a PNG sequence. So both of them are one of the ways you can do. So we have the coding. Mostly we have to use MPG4 if you want an MP4 video, or you can go for other things. Depends on your preference. And now you have here is your world settings, which is basically the thing over here you see. This screen is actually called the viewport, but the thing you see inside this is called the world. So whatever you do here actually changes in this thing. So I like it to keep it in black, but you get it default on gray or something, grayish. So have it on black when you and to change your view of render is by holding on Z, which is one is material preview, one is wireframe, solid preview, and this is render preview. So whenever you go to the render view, yeah, it actually goes to the view which you can see through the camera when you render the files. And so now let's go back to solid is actually faster. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how to add some items. So the shortcut here for adding items is Shift A. Shift A is like the add menu here. You can go here and add stuff. So let's make a cube for now. Yeah, so you see this is a basic cube. So now if I go to the render view, it will be black. I can't see anything because we have no lighting in the system. Let's just go back to solid. So we'll add a cube, but we need lighting. So we again go back to Shift A, and there's a thing called light. From there you can add which type of light you want. So the shortcut for moving that is G. G is like free rotation thing, so free hand movement. But if you want to move it on a particular axis, you can just type X or Y or Z. So let's go Z axis to move it upwards. Now it's on top of the cube. So if it's on top of the cube, so light will be facing from the topwards. So let's go into render view. See that light glow over there? This is the light, but it's very low. So you can go select this, and whenever you select a light, you have new options over here. when you select object, you get these 4 new options. So the light specific option is this one, and you can actually increase the power of the light. So let's just increase it. Now you can see this. Now you can see it's just facing, it's bouncing off this thing, but I can see the sides. So what you can do is increase the radius to cover that and increase the power. And you see the light shades over there, but I don't recommend doing this. You can just add a directional light for that. Point as a point. So let's go into solid and let's remove that. And so we have many tabs over here which indicate different tasks which you can do in Blender. Blender is like an all-in-one tool. So you have modeling over here. If you're doing, let's make a cube again. Cube. Modeling tab is actually if you're going to do some complex stuff. So each one of these tools does a different stuff. One is bevel, one is insert faces, one is extruding, one is knife, you can actually cut parts through it, and one is loop cut, which actually divides it into 2 parts, and these are the move things. Then you have sculpting. Sculpting is, if you know the software ZBrush, you will know what sculpting is. If you don't know, I'll show you. So sculpting is basically like clay modeling. Let me just delete that and get a circle. Yep, that's the thing. Okay, you can sculpt. Yeah, you see this? We're actually doing stuff on that. And there you have a puppy face. Again, if you look closely, you can see something. So then we have UV editing. So it actually is used for texturing objects. If you want to do a complex building or thing, then you can have to map all that thing onto this. Then we have texture paint, which actually paints texture onto this thing. Then we have shading, which most of our stuff is going to be done on shading over here. So I have my custom loader set like this to have the nodes over here and the thing over here to watch this. Then we have the animation thing, which we have the keyframes ready over here, and we have the layout, and we can do our animation over here. Then is our rendering tab. So whatever our camera sees, we can see it over here, which is the final render. Then we have composting, which you can do to post processing, and we have scripting. It's for another stuff. We won't be covering the scripting part. So so this is like the basics of Blender. And yeah, okay, in the next tutorials I'll be showing you more stuff. So I hope you like this tutorial, and do sure leave a like and subscribe to my channel. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye. Peace. By the way guys, remember the key to learning Blender is actually exploring all these menus by yourself. I'll be just teaching you the techniques involved in Blender, different methods of doing stuff, but to get to know Blender you have to do all the stuff like explore by yourself. So keep exploring. Enjoy. So in this video you have seen the custom loader, which I have set it here to have these tabs and all, and my settings which I use. So if you want these settings, just go down to the link in the description and download the project. And all you have to do is go here, click on file, defaults, and save startup file. Open the file and go here and do that thing, and you will have my settings saved. So whenever you open Blender or open a new project, you have these settings ready, so you don't have to do all the scrambling work. So yeah, enjoy.